From the 1011 Now Alert Center, this is Morning Pulse.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your day with us. This is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Wednesday, April 15th. I personally just got back from vacation, just went down, visited family down in Texas for a Masters weekend. Glad to be back at the Morning Pulse desk. If you're joining us live, welcome, and we're going to get you started off with our question of the day. Question is, people are moving, say this is the number one item they're most likely to ditch when they are packing. What is it? The answer is books. Turns out our own Megan Conway got that right this morning, so rest of us not so lucky. But if you think you got it and you can get it right, be sure to participate in our question of the day, which happens every morning on 1011 this morning. Just head over to our 1011 Facebook page, put in your guesses, and we read off guesses and the answer during 1011 this morning. That being said, let's get into your top stories for you this morning, including two developing from overnight. So starting things off, new this morning, Lincoln Fire and Rescue crews responded to a fire at a Lincoln apartment building overnight. The fire was reported near 25th and Q Streets just after 2 o'clock this morning. A reporter on the scene saw firefighters standing on the second and third floor balconies of the building. Now, the cause of the fire, as well as the extent of any damage or injuries, is not yet known, and we're working to learn more. So be sure to be the first to know by downloading our 1011 Now app, also available on Roku. But again, we're monitoring this and we'll keep you updated if there's any more developments in this overnight. So far, our reporter on scene got there. There were no flames or smoke when they arrived there. But again, firefighters on that second and third floor balcony just responding over to that. Now, also new from this morning, Lincoln police are investigating a burglary that happened early this morning at an adult entertainment store. They say this happened when an alarm went off just before 2:30 at the Romantics near South 10th and High Streets. After breaking out a glass door, police say a man wearing a tan jacket and carrying a bag stole several items. Investigation's ongoing, and anyone with information is asked to reach out to LPD 402-441-6000. If you're watching us live, the number is right there on your screen. And if you want to submit an anonymous tip, the other number, 475-3600, also on your screen for Lincoln Crime Stoppers. Again, this just coming into our newsroom this morning, so we'll be sure to give you the latest whenever we find out more about both of these incidents from this morning. Now I'm going to switch gears over to our top story and a warning. Right now you have a map graphic eventually going to show you where this happened, but be warned in this story there's going to be some disturbing imagery coming up right after this location switches. So just as a heads up, this is of course the case that we're talking about in Omaha. A child recovering after an attempted kidnapping. An Omaha Walmart turned deadly, and there's the images right there from our sister station WOWT. Police have identified that woman, 31-year-old Naomi Guzman, as the woman shot and killed by officers yesterday. Now, according to Omaha PD, Guzman held a 3-year-old at knife point right there. After multiple commands to drop her knife, she cut the boy, and then officers fired their weapons. This happened at the Walmart in South Central Omaha near 72nd and Pine Street. This is from that body cam photos. You can see an officer has his weapon drawn while Guzman can be seen holding her knife towards the child's head. Law enforcement does not believe Guzman knew the child or his guardian. Fortunately, police say the young boy is going to be okay in this situation.
The child is being treated now at the hospital for a rather large laceration across the left side of the face and to a hand.
Now, just 2 years ago, Guzman was arrested after her father's home was set on fire, and she was accused of breaking into a church in South Omaha. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity and later assigned a treatment plan just last year. She was scheduled for an annual review on June 12th. So again, for more on this story, be sure to head over to 1011now.com. Your fourth story in our top 6 stories for you this morning, a popular boutique closing its doors for good. Painted Tree will soon shut down more than 60 locations across the country. Now, several small business owners who sell out of the store here in Lincoln, the only one actually in Nebraska, are left trying to figure out their next move. They all found out about the closure via an email from the chain yesterday morning, which they say came as a complete shock to read. The email announcing the Painted Tree at South Point off of 27th and Pine Lake would be ceasing all business operations countrywide immediately, including here in Lincoln. Vendors who use the space now have just 10 days, not this Friday, but Friday the 24th of April, to leave.
I wouldn't foresee us getting any of our, due payments, any of our safety deposits we have on any of the booths, not to mention, the funding that we have put into the booth, fixtures, wall aesthetics, things of that nature that are fixed to the building. We're not going to see that money recouped back to us. So unfortunately, we're going to be out probably, thousands of dollars.
Now, we did reach out to Painted Tree for comment and received a statement reading in part, quote, "Rising cost, shifting market conditions, and the evolving nature of how people shop have presented challenges we have not been able to overcome. We are heartbroken by this outcome." Your fifth story, and happening today at the state capitol, Governor Pillen is set to sign in new legislation aimed at protecting the state's ballot measure process. Now, LB 927 is designed to prevent foreign interference in ballot campaigns. It would prohibit foreign nationals from contributing to or participating in those efforts and establish penalties for violations. Measure is part of a larger elections package, LB 1075, which includes several other updates to Nebraska election laws. With the governor's signature, the new law will take effect immediately. So be sure to stick with us at 10:11 now for those updates coming in today. Wrapping things up with your final story on the lighter side. Lincoln's new downtown skate park is now open, marking the first portion of what will eventually be a nearly 10-acre park south of the Haymarket, being called Canopy Yard. This was quite the packed scene. I passed by here myself yesterday. Lots of people in to drop in with their skateboards and just shred up this new park located at 7th and N Streets. Skaters can check out quarter pipes, rails, and ledges, as well as a large 9-foot deep clover bowl. Yesterday was a soft launch for the skate park, meaning it's open every day from sunrise to sunset, but may have temporary closures as crews continue working on the rest of the park. City officials say the local skate community helped out with the design, and it's now the largest skate park from Denver to Des Moines.
Every town has a tennis court, every town has a basketball court, every town has a baseball field. Not every town and not every city has a skate park.
I love skateboarding. I love skateboarding with my dad. We've been to so many skate parks, and this is the biggest one, and I'm so excited to skate it more.
Now, if you're just listening in this morning, that was Maverick at the end. Did that not just make your day? Just the cutest kid, just their love for skateboarding and just all the excitement right there at the park. I mean, again, I just passed by this yesterday. It was packed to the gills on this park, and it is quite the sight to see. The rest of Canopy Yard is expected to be done by the end of the year, and city officials say it'll cost a total of $25 million. This skate park accounts for $2.4 million of the price tag. The finished park, though, will also include interactive water feature, playground, dog park, and a pump track for bikers. So again, a lot of exciting stuff. And this is just at the south tip of the Haymarket. Not hard to miss, especially with all the skaters just shredding up over there in that bowl. That's going to do it, though, for your morning pulse for this Wednesday morning. We'll wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast before tossing things over to Brandon Rector with more on today's weather.
Good Wednesday morning. Meteorologist Brandon Rector with you in the 1011 Severe Weather Center. We have the potential for severe weather today as we have that marginal to slight risk in central and eastern Nebraska and northeastern Kansas. So isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are possible with large hail and damaging winds. The main threats, the tornado threat, is very low. Partly to mostly cloudy this morning with a 30% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms across the entire area. The rain chance will decrease in the west. It looks to be dry for much of the afternoon, but in central and eastern Nebraska, we'll continue that 30 to even 40% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. That chance will then decrease late this afternoon. Clouds will decrease as we go through the evening. Temperatures at noon in the low 60s to mid 70s. At 4, we're in the upper 60s to upper 70s, and at 8 this evening, temperatures mainly in the 60s. In Lincoln, we'll warm up into the mid 70s for high this afternoon.
From the 1011 Now Alert Center, this is Morning Pulse.